today was us calling out names. And as Alex just, how he ended was perfect. Too many names. Where will we begin? How does it end? But what I want you all to realize is this. My name is Gloria Perez, and I am one of the co-founders to Connect Be to Change. I have Takesha back there. She's one of the boots on the ground as well. She's the co-founder of Connect Be to Change. We are angel moms out here trying to make a difference. But what I want people to realize is the mental health of all of this. How we constantly open up this womb of trauma when we share these stories and we do events like this. Like, this is not us trying to seek attention. This is us trying to get awareness out. Our children, these children should still be here. So, how we're gonna get this message out throughout the community is gonna take every last one of you in here to do that. We had 200 seats to fill. And some people feel like this was not important enough just to be here to be that support. So, yes, I'm talking that way today because it hurts inside to hear other mothers' pain behind stories like this. So what we're gonna take with this today is the mental health. Every last one of these women, these 11 women that we said their names, had a mental illness. They were suffering something mentally. What are we gonna do about that? How are we here in our community, South Bend, Indiana, or Michiana, how are we gonna avoid suffering like Sandra Blade, Eleanor, Margaret, Shelley? How are we gonna stop suffering like that? It's called a mobile crisis prevention. I just got stuck right now. I got stuck because I'm in my moment. But we've been working diligently behind the scenes of how we can get workers like MHAM and workers like Dave Bryant and counselors and just people who are out there that won't mind getting in their car and seeking these ill people first. They're mentally ill. It's not a call for 911. It's a call for someone who actually cares and have the time to be there for that person. These people don't need handcuffs, they need hugs. Amen. These people don't need to be harmed, they need help. Yes. And I want to say that here, starting right here in the South Bend Civic Theater, that we vowed to make a difference with that. That we said that, that's right, they don't need 911, they need comfort. So, we're going to try to get a petition going. Everyone, I heard through the grapevine that they said we need a resource. There's no plan in action. We have a plan, and we're ready to take action. So we need everyone to get on board with that so our plan can go in action. I'm going to let Takesha talk briefly because this right here is called an ubiquitous trauma. And what ubiquitous means is you're constantly opening it up, and it's constantly repeating itself. And it's like that scab. You keep peeling it. How many times can you peel that scab? That scar. So she's going to talk about something that we can do for anyone who's in this building that needs some type of healing. So here we go.
So on our table back there, where all the bracelets are, there are a couple of cards on the table. It talks about MHAM, the Mental Health Awareness of Michiana. It's an organization, they offer pro bono services. And there are some cards. This one, I hope everybody can see it, is a mental health screening. So it's an anonymous screening. You can just scan the QR code and then check out and see where you're at. And mental health doesn't mean that you're crazy or you need to go to Epworth. You could be depressed, you could have PTSD, you could just need to learn how to navigate through life. And so this will help to see like where you're at. And then also, MHAM is eliminating stigma. I'm the outreach coordinator for MHAM, just so y'all know. But we're trying to eliminate the stigma, how a lot of people of color, we never really went to therapy. I know I didn't. Never wanted to go. Didn't want to tell nobody what was going on in my household because that's the way I was taught. We don't tell what goes on. But what I have learned being in therapy is that it's not a healing thing. Therapy ain't gonna heal me. I'm hurt. Heart's broken. It's not gonna be fixed. But it will help me navigate through life and function the way that I have been since my son was shot and killed. So, and that's just one part of it. Some people need to just navigate through life, because life throws all kinds of stones and fires and bullets at you. And so how do you navigate through it and learn how to cope and learn how to deal with things in a productive way? So there's people out there that will help you learn how to do that. And that's what MHAM does. And we also offer accredited hours for any therapists or social workers that are out there. But please stop and grab a card off the desk and do your own survey and see where you are. Because a lot of this stuff is ripped. You're ripping off the scab off of the sword. And when you rip the scab off so many times, it leaves a scar. So how do you help yourself with not being so angry at yourself for having the scar because you keep ripping the scab off? But that's it.